Also known as hydrologic cycle, the water cycle is a biogeochemical cycle that involves the continuous circulation of water in the Earth's atmosphere system. Through this greatest recycler of all time, water has been transported for millions of years. Water is continuously on the move, and this water cycle will continue forever. To understand this magical process and its system, you will learn today about the major processes that make up this hydrological or water cycle. Let's have a magnified view of this picture. Including three major processes, that is evaporation, condensation and precipitation. All the processes work together to keep water moving in a circle. Except for precipitation, all the processes occur simultaneously and continuously. It must be noted here that infiltration and percolation, you may see in this picture, these are two related but different processes. Infiltration is the process by which water on the ground surface enters the soil. Percolation comes from Latin word percolate, meaning to strain through. Percolation occurs at deeper depth when water moves vertically, relatively slower compared to infiltration, to join water table. It is also worth mentioning here that plants, especially trees, are larger than other plants and they play a key role in maintaining the balance of each of three cycles built into the nature of the resources of our planet Earth. The sum of evaporation from land surfaces plus transpiration from plants is called evapotranspiration. Now let's study all these processes one by one. So first of all, evaporation, then condensation, precipitation, runoff, and percolation. Evaporation is when water from the earth's soil, plants, and water bodies turns into the water vapor. This process is called evaporation, as is clear from this diagram. Next is transpiration. Transpiration is in fact evaporation from plants. Roots absorb water from soil, then water travels from roots to leaves through this stem. Water moves up the stem through the xylem vessels, which conduct water and minerals to the leaves. And lastly, water evaporates on the surface of the leaves. Water evaporates through open stoma, which is plural of stomata, mainly on the undersides of leaves. This is a magnified view of a small part of leaf where you can see stomata and guard cells open, creating a pore through which water vapor can escape. So sum of evaporation and transpiration is called evapotranspiration. Next is condensation. This invisible vapor, most of which comes from the world's oceans, travel up into the atmosphere and condenses, forming clouds. This is called condensation. The water vapors in the clouds condense more and more until they turn into water droplets. Then water vapor continues to combine with the water droplet until it is too heavy to stay in the sky any longer. The water falls to the earth as precipitation, as shown in this diagram, such as rain, hail, sleet and snow. It must be noted that precipitation occurs when there is so much water accumulated in the clouds that gravity pulls the water to earth. Now, there is another process which is called runoff. When precipitation reaches the earth's surface, some of it will flow along the surface of the land and enter surface water like lakes, streams and rivers. Lastly, percolation. Percolation is the movement of water through the soil itself, as shown in this diagram. Finally, as the water percolates into the deeper layer of the soil, it reaches groundwater, which is water below the earth's surface. The upper surface of this underground water is called the water table. The rest of it soaks or percolates into the soil, called recharge. The water then moves down through the soil as groundwater and is stored in the aquifer below. Once the water has joined the aquifer, it does not stop there. The groundwater slowly moves through the spaces and cracks between the soil particles on its journey to lower elevations. And lastly, eventually after years of underground movement, the water comes to a discharge area. This underground water comes to a discharge area where it enters a lake or stream and becomes surface water. There the water will once again be evaporated and begin the cycle again. Thank you for watching.